Hey, cousins. Listen, I'm sitting here trying to get these banners together for the content. You hear it? For the content I got coming up. Because I told you I'm about to do the blitz. I'm just reminding you. Make sure you thumbs up the video if you enjoying this content. Try to get through as much as possible. At least give me 10 minutes of your time, 15 tops. And just get in the comments and be active. And y'all do a very good job of that. Um, anyway, child. One of the cousins, shout out to the cousin, they was like, girl, y'all saw Kiera Hogan? And I'm sitting there like, Kiera Hogan, what she do? They said she down to the Joseline Cabaret. I was like, what? They was, yes, Joseline Cabaret. She in there fighting and everything, girl. I said, oh, wait a minute. Let me go over there. Child, I went right to YouTube, put in Joseline's Cabaret, watch that trailer, and damn if it wasn't Kiera Hogan. Girl, what is going on down to the AEW? Ring of Honor. What's going on? Y'all know anything about Jocelyn? Let me catch y'all up. First of all, it's a couple things that the community has an issue. The black community has an issue with Zeus Network. So you want to get some inside information, right? So if you're not a part of the African American community, the black community, you want to get some inside education information as to why this is a big deal. This is a big deal because I thought Kiera Hogan had carved herself a nice little situation, and now she mixing it up with the girls over there on Zeus on Joseline's Cabaret. And I want to know what Tony Khan said when she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do Joseline's Cabaret," and he had to have not known what the fuck this was. He had to have not known. Anyway, before I tell you what that's about, because I did watch the first and second seasons and I didn't know. Well, I watched most of the first season. I barely got through the second because it turned into a whole nother thing. Anyway, Joseline Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess, she originated from VH1's Love and Hip Hop, if you're not aware of that, okay? She was getting with Stevie J and she was fucking with him and he found her in Atlanta. She was a strip club and down in Atlanta and he found her and brought her in to his little sex triangle with Mimi Foss, who ended up having a porn with that other dude. Oh yeah, listen, if y'all want some good salacious television, all of it's scripted, but still, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta first, second seasons. Anyway, so they end up doing the whole thing, and she was famous for calling Mimi maid because she had a maid service. She was like, "Hi, maid, how you doing, maid?" Or whatever the case may be. So Jocelyn and Stevie J end up having a daughter, whatever, and whoop, whoop, whoop. Jocelyn went on to, carve her own little piece of fame or whatever the case may be. She showed up on other shows and stuff like that. She was made an appearance on Star. Remember that Lee Daniels TV show? Yeah, Star. She was on The Real. There was a whole issue with her and Kanye West bald headed chick who now is a part of the RNC. What's her fucking name? Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. Cause she used to have the hoe walk, and now I guess she don't walk for the hoes no more. Anyway, so she was on Boss Up. She used to do the talking on Boss Up. Jocelyn Takes Miami. She had that show in 2018. She also guest starred on Married to Medicine. But when Zeus Network kicked off, she went ahead and carved her own shit out, and it's called Jocelyn's Cabaret. Okay, she also was on Marriage Boot Camp, and she was on College, and she had that fight that they didn't want to show with Amber Rose. I told you I was going to remember their name, Amber Rose, and it wasn't even a real fight because Jocelyn was telling Amber, bitch, you a whole white girl and you having an identity crisis, and I know I'm black, I'm an Afro-Latina, boot, the boot, the boot, all that good shit, right? Whatever. Okay, and the guy she was on Marriage Boot Camp with, she's still with, or whatever, and whoop, whoop, whoop. So then we get to Jocelyn Cabaret, okay? Now, the premise of Jocelyn's Cabaret is several young women compete to dance with Hernandez during her cabaret shows, which often involve verbal and physical altercations. A lot of the cast members are returning or whatever, and you get new cast members, they compete for cash prizes and stuff like that, okay? The series has 5 seasons, which I didn't know. I told you I watched like 1 and 2 or whatever. And it was Miami, Atlanta, New York, didn't know that, and Texas. So now I guess they down to the Caribbean or whatever. I guess she was like, we gotta get down to the Caribbean. I don't know where they going this time, but either way, it's a cabaret. So with all that being said, I watched the first season and half of the second season, and I thought it was a cabaret. A cabaret is like a sexy a theatrical. I can't pronounce it. How you say? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Theater, entertainment, song, dance, situation, perform at like a casino, hotel, restaurant, nightclub, in a burlesque. So it's like a nice, sexy show, right? I'm giving you a little this, little that, little you know, and you know, whatever. Child, I'm watching the show. And it started out like, you know, this is burlesque, I'm the queen, or whatever case may be. But girl, Joseline's a madam. This show is basically her pimping hoes. And ain't nobody can tell me nothing different. The cabaret is a cover. Girl, when I tell you them girls was beating each other's asses up, I'm talking about at one point in one of the seasons, the girl sneezed and Jocelyn looked at her and was like, who you sneezing at? And the girl was like, I just said, she jumped out that shit and whooped that girl ass down to her motherfucking knickers, okay? The whole show, beating them up, running them down. I's the boss. You do what I do. You do what I say. I's the ones that runs the show. Like I'm seeing, like, is this a cabaret or is this a whorehouse? They butt naked, they fighting, they titties is out, ass, coochie, you name it, everything is all over the fucking place. It is crazy. So with all that being said, like Zeus in the community has a very bad rap because, first of all, I always say this. We just see clips and stuff. In order for you to get Zeus, you have to download the app, and it's like $5 or $6 a month. So listen, I downloaded the app. I paid $5 for the month, and I canceled it, and I saw everything I needed to see. There's a couple love and hip hop girls over there. It's Chance, um, trying to find love. I think Ray J or whatever was over there. Like all the girls was over there doing all kind of debauchery and crazy shit. That's what you also get. The other iteration of Crimson Chin, Natalie from Bad Girls Club. That's where all her shit is. The baddies and the bad girl, you know, all that shit going on. And they just be boxing. And the one girl got her tooth knocked out, child. Listen, okay? So a lot of these girls get on these shows and it becomes like a more of an infamy. You're not famous for like great shit. You famous because you got your shit rocked down to the Baddies Club or Jocelyn's Cabaret or some other various shit that's on Zeus Network. Okay, Zeus Network has a reputation of showing the worst and the lowest gutter butt representation of black women. So that is what the community feels like for Zeus. So when I'm seeing Kiera Hogan, I'm like, well, what's going on? Because does what's his name know Tony Khan know what Jocelyn's Cabaret is, or is he just like, yeah, girl, do what you want to do because I ain't got no creative for you? We gotta understand Kiera Hogan. She was very successful, right? She is born in '94, so right now she's 30 years old. Cute, nice looking woman. You understand? Nice body. Whoop de whoop de whoop. She was all. She signed to All Elite Wrestling. She was in Impact. She was in the Knockouts tag team with Tasha Steeles, who called herself the Bodiqua Assassin or whatever the case may be. And she worked in the Women's Superstars Uncensored, where she was the championship, the Spirit Championship, or whatever the case may be. So she been, you know, doing her thug thizzle. So I thought everything was fine over there. I thought everything was fine. She was also a part of she was a part of the baddies for Jade Cargill too. She was mixing it up with Jade Cargill when she was over there. Red Velvet and them, which I always feel they could have built that baddie stable a whole lot more, but whatever. The such is life. And then so she been on Ring of Honor a lot. I know that or whatever. And you know, I don't know the last time she wrestled, but I know she been like working for AEW. I don't think the contract is up. So I'm like real confused about what's going on with this. And her and Diamante fucking, if y'all didn't know, they in a relationship or whatever. I don't know if they still together, but that's the last time I heard. So she's a very good wrestler. Like she has success or whatever. She has exposure within the wrestling world. So I'm just trying to understand, girl, what is going on? So right now she's basking in her a lot of attention surrounding this. Everybody's like kind of looking for what's going on, why you doing this, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then you got the girls that's like, girl, fuck wrestling, get this money, get that bag. I don't give a fuck. I see Nikita Lyons in her comments, Penelope Ford, all the girls, the usual suspects. Like, yes, girl, get it, do it. And I don't know. I don't know. Should I be getting a subscription to Zeus so we can see what she doing? It's baddies. It's Jocelyn Cabaret, California. I call it baddies. It's like all the same shit. It's a whole lot of boxing going on, child. So do I need to get a subscription to Zeus for a month and just see what's going on with Kiera Hogan and what made her want to do this type of work? And you know what? All it does is solidify what I said in the previous videos and the videos before that. Come here, I'm gonna whisper it because I don't want to say it too loud. Wrestling to porn pipeline. I'm just saying that, listen, that sex ain't nothing to play with. That sex trade ain't nothing to play with. That sex work is getting the girls money. They got the body. They doing it all. And they said, I'm going to use what I got to get what I want. That's what they saying. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Let's speculate and have fun. All right.